We are in the middle of a global crisis. The world around us is crumbling as we know it. Nothing will be the same as it was before, which means everything has to change, everything has to evolve, and you have to be okay with it if you want to survive. I don't care if there are blood on the streets. There are always going to be an infinite number of reptiles in boxes that have to get out of the boxes. Nobody is here to do it but me. To continue my job, I have to make sure I survive, but everything at Target is sold out, and I couldn't get gloves or a mask or anything, so I had to use what I got to make something. I wanted to be inspired by, some Asian culture. And now, unfortunately, a katana does not properly protect me from contaminants, so I decided to go to a different part of the world and be inspired by medieval times. I know in the past I said, what did I say? I know in the past I said that cardboard and boxes are breathable, but I was lying. I made all of that up just so that you think the animals are safe. Actually, none of it's breathable at all, and this does not allow 99.999% of contaminants in because it's so airtight. For that reason, I have this to stop the 0.001% of contaminants. Anyway, let's begin. Hey, can you hear me? Hey, how's it going? So all of the boxes behind me have animals in it. Believe it or not, even that big one, it's the biggest animal I've ever unboxed, so you better flip and stay tuned or I will cough on you. Do you understand? Also, for the first time, we're unboxing aquatic animals, but I don't know how that's gonna go. I don't want to jump straight into the big stuff, so let's start with something small. Okay, let's start here. Also, just in case you didn't know, it was me, GoHerping. Hey, how's it going? I'm not sure if you can hear me under this mask, but it's really hot under here. If you are new to the channel, I'm sorry you found me. If I were you, I would leave. But if you're not gonna leave, let me fill you in. Alongside the channel, GoHerping, we have a website called Emerald Scales where we take in animals from around the United States. They get shipped in to us from people that can't keep them for whatever reason. And although we're not veterinarians, we have a very good track record of helping animals who are both healthy and not healthy either recover from those problems, or if they are already healthy, help them find new homes by listing them on the site and selling them to any responsible keeper. We work with each keeper one-on-one to ensure that they're ready for the animal, and this is the series where I discover what gets sent in. And this one has a note. Dear Emerald Scales owner and staff, that's me! I sincerely thank y'all for helping me rehome Daisy and Hypnos. I appreciate the speedy replies with staff, helpful instruction, and the YouTube channel that shows how rehab works. I'm looking forward to the growth and development of your company channel and better opportunities for my lizards. Thank you. That was such a good note. It sounds like it was just fake for advertising. I pinky swear I did not write that note. And look at that, they're unboxing well. I mean, they're boxing well. Yeah. Oh yeah, 2 actually healthy animals. This is a good start. I just deep cleaned this room so well, and now I'm gonna ruin it. These are 2 leopard geckos. We've got Hypnos, who is a male, and Daisy, who's a female. I will check that work and see if you are right. Looks like Hypnos is in the middle of shedding. Sometimes they start shedding while being shipped. And he has a prolapse? He is a male. I'm not gonna touch it yet, because I don't know what it is. I wanna get a shot of it. And he might have just been passing something that got stuck, or he has a cloacal prolapse, which would be an interesting start. But I haven't seen that in a leopard gecko before. This is a really pretty female. The male just looks kind of average, but this female is super cool. I think it's a Trimper albino, but with something else. And it is female, and this cloaca looks good. The cloaca is the 3-in-1 hole where they they do all sorts of things with that hole. I really like this leopard gecko. Sometimes it's hard to actually interest me when there's so many that come in, but she's definitely a memorable one, and that's really cool. I'm proud to say this is an owner that cares. My last video, I think it was my last video, I was talking about how few owners truly care. Hopefully the owners today will actually be caring, and yeah, this is a good example of that. Even though Clorox wipes may be sold out everywhere, I stocked up, so we're sanitary today. But I will just leave them in the deli right there. I think they'll be fine. I'm putting the mask back on because these boxes did come from FedEx all over the country. Who knows how many little doodads are holding on. So I'm wearing this solely for protection. And next I'm gonna jump into one that I'm honestly nervous to unbox. Okay, serious biz time. In this box are some aquatic animals, axolotls in fact. That's a beautiful 55-gallon axolotl aquarium we have for our breeders, and this has 2 in them. Now when this person inquired, they said they were perfectly healthy, no issues whatsoever. We then asked for pictures, and all of a sudden their answer changed. Now the other thing about this, the bottom of the box is completely soaked. When you ship aquatics, you're supposed to double or triple bag them to make sure nothing leaks. But this box has been dripping ever since I left FedEx. So let's see how this goes. And this person I actually know is watching the video because they said they were gonna keep a lookout for if they show up in an unboxing. So, hello. These are coming from Tennessee, so not too far. And I'm genuinely scared that something might be wrong in this one. This is unboxing episode 5, and total I think we've unboxed 1 deceased animal in all of them. I hope it stays to 1. Okay. Well, it's alive. I don't know much about axolotls. I'm not even in charge of caring for the axolotls because I'm not very good at aquatics. So I'm gonna leave the official opinion up to someone else and not me. It did pass a lot in shipping. You're not supposed to feed aquatics for a good number of days before shipping to make sure they don't do that because the amount of, well, they're both alive. The amount of just toxins that's going to create in the water can likely kill the animal. I don't know why it's leaking so much. It's so dirty that you can't actually see the axolotls. But it's also not at all filled with air. You want this to be filled entirely with air to make sure they have enough oxygen. I'm gonna go ahead and take these out and I'll come back. Usually I just wait till the end to set animals up, but we wanna get these into something clean as soon as possible because this is kind of gross. And I'll show you them later. I'm back and they're in a tub now. I just mixed the water and they'll get actual truly fresh water later, but this is just fresh cold water with prime and the water they were already in. They were already housed together and they both look kind of just sluggish in general, probably because that was not a fun adventure. Now what they did is they did double bag the axolotls, but they tied them together. We always send instructions on how to ship everything. So what you should do is take the first bag, fill it with water, put the axolotl, fill it with air, and then tie it. Then put it in the second bag and tie the second bag. But what they did is they put 2 bags together, filled it with water, and used a rubber band and tried to close it off. So it wasn't actually an airtight seal, so all the air leaked out and the water was just slowly pouring out over the past night. So sorry to whatever FedEx driver it now has a puddle in the bottom of their truck. And I'm gonna go put them somewhere else so they can chill and they'll get to fresh water later. Next box. Oh wait, I can finally cut towards myself without being attacked. Look at that protection. I can't see. And what did they do? Okay, so just look what's going on here. There's a note, 2 stickers, and just a massive hole, and a heat pack. I don't know why there's a hole, but let's see what the note says. Oh, this is a lot of text. Oh my. Hi, my name is something, and these are my dinosaur babies. It breaks my heart to part with them. However, I'm doing so that way. I'm not a good reader. Even that summer reading class did not help me. I am doing so that way they can have a better life with new people. I'm 20 years old and married to someone in another country. I travel often, leaving the lives of my reptiles in my mother's hands. They rarely eat for her. In this summer, I've never seen someone make typos while writing. They rarely eat for her. In this summer, I will be gone for over 2 months, and I'm sure they will not last without me. I love them so much. Please let me know how they are doing. I also sent stickers that they had on their tanks. That's cool. Okay, and then there's a second page, but it's in like different handwriting and a different thing. Okay. Their health is not great. It was my first reptile. It's so hard for me to part with them. I hate getting emotional, but I just can't help it. I should not read these notes while I'm in a literal box. P.S. Really sorry about the huge hole in the top from the insulation. I was an idiot and put a heat lamp on it for a second. I am sure that smelled great. I'm gonna just put this aside and I'll grab the stickers. And they used puppy pads as padding. There's new stuff every time. Okay, here's the first one. It's a leopard gecko. And the second is in a bag. And it's zip tied. So I gotta use my handy dandy sword. I have scissors on the floor, but I can't bend down. It keeps my posture good. That's the benefit of this. Yeah, other than the fact that there was a massive hole in the top, the packaging was the best one yet today. So you go. Wait, I just realized this animal might be infected. Okay. Is it infected? Oh my god. I don't think he's infected, but he's not showing any of the symptoms. He's not coughing. Okay, so this is the one they were talking about. This is their first reptile. It sounds like they didn't have the right lighting. Hello? Look, all things considered, he looks very healthy today. It looks like they fixed their mistakes and did their best from that point forward. Shed looks perfect. Feet and claws look perfect. It looks like they're even trimmed, which is not something I see very often. And he looks very lively, very energetic. Is it a he? She looks very lively, very energetic, and a perfect weight. But look at her face. This is another example of metabolic bone disease. We have a handful of these, and you've heard me say that term more than I wish I've ever had to say it. So interesting. This person isn't off the hook just because it's their first reptile. Plenty of people get their first reptile, and they do wonderfully. But then there's those others that don't. However, I have to say the shipping's really good because they even taped this deli cup shut. And this is a pretty cool little leopard gecko who looks really good. This was their second animal, and they kind of fixed things up. But also leopard geckos don't need specific lighting, so it probably did better. I'm curious to see her move around. Her tail has just this big bulge, ooh-woo, and I want to see her walk. Can you walk, please? Come on, I think this is Wilberta. Susie? Randy Wilberta. Wilberta, move, please. Okay, well, you get the idea. It looks like her arms are just going to be kind of flat, doing a little army crawl sort of style. So there's that beautiful morph, though. That's the plus side, I guess, is that she's healthy today, even if she's never going to be a normal beardy because of some severe bone misgrowth. I'm feeling we do the big box next. What do you think? I should not have put it up there. It's so heavy. Is this a good thumbnail? Okay, so usually the big boxes, oh, this is actually a good workout. Normally they have a lot of animals in them, but this is one animal, and apparently it takes up the whole box. I'm out of breath. This is a species we have unboxed, but the largest, period. Okay, there's a there's a lot of curly hairs stuck in the tape, so whoever packaged this seems to be losing a good bit of hair. I don't know the temperament of this animal, and I'm a little scared. Moment of truth. Usually I stick my head in the bags, Am I gonna do it this time? Yeah. Hello! Just kidding, it turns out it's in another bag. I didn't actually know it was. I don't know why they double bagged it. Ironically, they did a better double bagging job than the person that sent Aquatic Axolotls. And bag number 2. Hello. So the head is on my side. I don't know if I should just reach in. I'm gonna do this. This is a boa constrictor, a ghost boa constrictor. It's a morph that is not too cheap, but this is super healthy. I have a boa myself named Rosie. I got her from my old high school because they don't know how to do anything at that school. Rosie was not super healthy because she was neglected for over 2 decades. This one is younger. I think it's about a decade old. So it's got lots of years left. And it looks very healthy and actually pretty docile. Ironically, the biggest animal is pretty much just a gentle giant because sometimes I unbox things and they are not that happy, even though they're the size of my pinky. How are we gonna do this? Wait, this is not gonna go well. It's definitely heavier than Rosie, and bigger actually, but this is still a very reasonable size and something that's easy to handle. It's a female, which you can obviously tell from the size. We have a male as well, and they don't get that big. Honestly, if you want a boa just for size and something a good size, don't get a male. Ooh, yeah. Like I said, this is a ghost, not a normal. So morphs don't seem as popular with animals like this, but they still exist. My phone's at 1%, but let's see why they rehomed. Its name is Venus, and it was actually rescued. What do you know? So they're a college student with not many funds. She came from a reptile hoarder, which was getting rid of all their reptiles for a reason I was not told. So it's a very long email, but it sounds like it took a lot of work for them to get this animal to where she is today. So turns out it's a second rescue boa. I'm happy to report they did a wonderful job. The box is big. I'm sure people at FedEx had fun hauling it around from wherever it came from. I'm curious, where did it come from? She came from California. So I'm in North Carolina. She just flew across the country overnight. I don't know where to put her while I finish unboxing. We're back, and we got 4 more boxes. And I think 4 animals, maybe 5 or 6, if there's multiples in any of them. And I am pleased with my swordsman skills. This one's coming from Nebraska. Nebraska's a state I literally never in my week, my month, or my year do I think, what is going on in Nebraska? No, I don't, I'm sorry, but I'd never think of your state. And I'm sure it's the same for North Carolina for other people. And, oh, well, reptile-wise, it looks like our streak of healthy animals kind of came to an end. I mean, the other beardy wasn't too healthy, but this beardy makes the other one look wonderful. If I can actually get him out of the bag. Okay, well, he has stuff in him. Cool. That does not smell great. You know, the texture on your skin when you accidentally grind it through your fingers is it's not fun with beardy droppings. This is a pretty sluggish and extremely underweight, but also pretty bearded dragon. It's a hypo something. And he's not too happy. He's a little bit flared up. I don't know if that's the term for beardies, but he's got a nice black beard going for us because he's unhappy. Yep, and it is a male who also has clogged pores. That's fun. I went over how we unclog pores in a video called How Not to Care for a Bearded Dragon, if you have questions about that. But maybe you can tell what's happening here. This is just a super underweight bearded dragon. Now, my phone went out, so I can't actually look up the email, but I'll see if it was having trouble eating or if it was eating and is still losing weight. If it eats a ton and it's not gaining weight, it's most likely parasitic, and we can treat him for that. Oh, he's got a good bit of energy though. Oh, look at him go. He's still energized, and if there's just a case of him not eating, that's common. People might not be trying the right foods. He might be in a stressful environment trying to eat. Maybe it was not a good mix of foods. Maybe he was only eating fruit or something that was not giving him the right protein and fat and calories. But I'll check that email, see what's going on, and that's how we kind of start diagnosing him. Otherwise, he looks like he developed fine. The end of his tail does have a little bend, which is just super common and not as important. I don't really care about that as much. The rest of him looks good. For once, there's no metabolic bone disease, as far as I can tell. Just a super thin animal who's gonna need some special attention. Based on the amount of energy he has, I'd say the hopes are high. Next up, we have a snake, the second and final snake in this unboxing. Usually there's more snakes, but not today. Also, I like this one because the Lacey-Act label, which has to list the quantity and the species, it says standard ball python. Not a premium ball python, not even the limited ball python, but the standard ball python. I lost my sword. Just kidding, you weren't prepared. They also use duct tape, which is kind of a pain. But yeah, standard, I assume they just mean a normal morph, wild type, whatever you want to call it. Ow. Heat pack failure, but luckily they wrapped it really well, so it most likely did not burn the animal. They did a good tying job though, I might not even be able to untie it. This is by far the best packaging episode yet. I think pretty much everyone that sends to us actually watches the unboxings and sees all my criticisms. So see, I'm not just bullying people for no reason. I'm bullying people for no reason while helping others. This is weird, so... okay. This standard ball python has some of the biggest wrinkles I've ever seen. Usually, this means that the animal was overweight at some point and lost a bunch of weight. Same way a person does. You gain 500 pounds, you lose it all, you have these huge skin flabs. And he has these little skin flabs, because his weight actually looks fine. He has such loose skin. It feels weird. I wish you could feel this. I wish all whatever 1,000 of you could come over and just do this. Sorry, okay. Just feeling the skin, it feels weird, okay? Oh my god, as he moves, it's like his skin's not even connected. It's like he's wearing a snake. I don't know what's actually in this, but whatever. Okay, I'm catching on. Something suspicious. Standard ball python. It's like they're trying to make it sound too simple. Like they're hiding something. As if there's an animal inside this standard ball python who can't get out and instead is trapped in this skin. That's my conspiracy. This is a standard ball python, and he's got some flabs, but okay. Two more boxes remain in unboxing episode 5. Woo! I'm kind of nervous that something's gonna go wrong with these last few animals, simply because things are going a little too well so far. Let's see if I'm right. I hope I'm wrong. Just kidding, I'm never wrong. Right, here we go. For no reason they gave me a 10% off coupon for Josh's Frogs. I'm not affiliated with Josh's Frogs. I was actually gonna work with them one time. They agreed, and then they decided not to. I'm not crying. Anyway, yeah, we got a 10% off coupon. Woo! Good heat pack job. I added some beautiful pink wrapping. It smells bad. Why does it smell so bad? It's making my stomach hurt. Oh! Someone made it. I just almost threw up. That's the worst smelling box I've ever smelled. Dead animals smell better than this. I'm suddenly wishing I had an actual mask. That's the worst thing I've smelled in a while. I'm just gonna tear it. I am so sorry you had to be in that for a day. How did he survive that? He had every right to be dead. He had every right to be dead after smelling that. He's okay though. He looks really healthy. It was a normal movement. It was just bad for some reason, and I still kind of smell it. He's gonna get a bath, like right now. He's giving me this eye contact, like please have mercy on me, just end it all, I can't breathe. No note or anything with this one, just a bearded dragon who didn't have a good time on the way here. Normally it's really snakes that are the important ones to make sure they don't eat right before. It's not as big of a deal with the beardies, other than the fact that it's disgusting. And it's time for the final box. While we get into the last one, the video's not ending yet, but I'd go ahead and let you know. Check out the description for just a bunch of random stuff in this on my channel that might help you out. There's a link to my Patreon if you want to support videos, a link to merchandise if you need a shirt or something, a link to the supplies that I use if you want something on Amazon, and if you buy stuff with those links, I get a small commission, so that's cool. And if you want to buy an animal, you can check out the site, so yeah. The final animal here, as I finish up my plugs, is a little Eurymastix, who doesn't smell great either. This is actually a healthy Eurymastix. We have like 3 right now, and you saw some of them in previous videos, and they just don't look great. And they're slowly healing, slowly getting better. This one actually has no stuck shed for the first time on a Eurymastix that we've gotten. He's a nice bright yellow, super tiny, those nice chubby cheeks you expect. Ooh, he doesn't like me touching his chubby cheeks. They're literally squishy. I've never felt them before, but it's actually squishy. I thought it would be like bone. So squishy. Uromastyx are very quick and very energetic, and I think he's just a little nervous. No, we're not having a repeat of that. I caught him this time. My reflexes are getting better, okay? Don't mess with me. And I don't plan on keeping one, but I still appreciate them. So that's everything. I don't know how many animals this was, but we got mostly lizards today, along with our first aquatics, a big snake, a little smaller snake with a lot of weird skin, and a handful of beardies. So this is wrapping up unboxing episode 5. Check out the playlist if you want to see the others. Thanks so much for enjoying them, because they're my favorite to film. It's my favorite series, and I always look forward to doing them, even if it makes the biggest mess ever. Thanks so much for trusting us with your animals, even if I use, what's the word? Again, check out the description for all sorts of cool stuff, but until then, I'm Alex, and thanks for watching.